Hey everyone, it's Haley and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is all about weight loss tips, so just helpful information to help you get to where you want to be. Tip number 1, eat breakfast. So one of the most important things you're going to learn as someone who's getting into fitness or, is just starting out, breakfast is such an important meal to start your day with. I believe it should be the biggest meal of your entire day because that's kind of what's going to kickstart you into going in the right direction. For my breakfast, I usually do 3 eggs, 3 pieces of turkey bacon, and either a half or a whole grain English muffin. And that's just an idea for you. That doesn't have to be what you eat, but I like to have a mix between protein and carbs, but I like to have more protein to start my day out because it gives me extra energy. And with that, I'll usually do black coffee. I still hate black coffee. I can't get over the taste, but I do it because it's good for you. And it's better than coffee filled with sugar and cream all the time. Tip number 2. Don't drink your calories. So when I say don't drink your calories, I'm not telling you to cut all your drinks out besides water, but what I am saying is start to... I forgot what I was going to say. I remembered what I was going to say now. I think you should do it in moderation. So if you're already drinking like 6 sodas a day, cut it down to 3 and then eventually make it 1 and then make it 0. Or slowly take the cream and sugar out of your coffee. Do the little things that will help contribute to your weight loss instead of your weight gain. Soda is a huge reason that people put on weight because it's just so easy to go for more and more because it is really good. Has a very addicting factor to it. And it's something we've all done and been through before. I used to drink soda all the time. I actually grew up hating it. Then went through a phase of loving it and I drank it like every single day. Mountain Dew is my favorite. Would have it like 7 times a day. It was disgusting. But I noticed when I started to get into like fitness, I did cut it out and it completely changed everything. It wasn't just the number on the scale going down. It was just the fact that like I started to feel better. I wasn't as like angry, high strung, or anxious. Like I felt more relaxed. So taking little things out can actually help your mental health. You might not think, okay, this drink is actually contributing to my anxiety. I didn't think that, and once I took it out, I started to like level out a little bit more. So the more you know. And moving on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is all about portion control. So one of my biggest suggestions that I find very helpful, and I've given this suggestion to a few other people, and it absolutely worked for them, use smaller plates. When you use smaller plates and you put the food on it, it tricks your mind into thinking that there's more on there than there actually is. And we tend to, when we have bigger plates, to fill it all the way up and then just finish whatever's on there. Where there's nothing wrong with that, like you enjoy food, you want to eat it, you're hungry, okay, cool. But when you eat all of it and then you're sitting there for a minute and you feel sick because you ate way past your limit, I don't know about you, but I tend to get really upset with myself. So I do eat off of smaller plates all the time. Almost every meal I use like the small ones that are like that big, and I'll fill it with food. And even though my mind knows it's not a lot, the plate is tricking me into thinking that it's a huge amount. So, going along with tip number 3 is meal prep. I strongly suggest meal prep for multiple reasons. One being you're measuring out how much food you're eating per meal. So you do get the amount of like calories you're consuming, which doesn't really matter as long as it's a healthy food. It's, the quality of it. So if you're eating protein, a carb, and a vegetable or a fruit with that, meal, those are good calories. So that doesn't matter. Make sure you're getting the right amount of nutrients, and that's what's important. So one of the things that I meal prep, just for an idea for someone who may be wanting to try this, I'll do chicken. I will do edamame and rice, usually brown rice, for my lunch, and usually my dinner too. I might switch the meat up, just so I get, more than, one bland meal a day. And I think it's a really good idea for people who are trying to lose weight because it does keep you on track. It does, there's certain containers out there that do have the set portion control for you, and that is very helpful. I know the whole process of meal prep seems like you don't want to do it. It's very you know, time consuming. It can be stressful because you need to plan out the right amount of food from the grocery store to make sure it will fill every single day of the week. But it truly is worth it in the end. And once you get the hang of it, it becomes so easy. It's like secondhand nature. Like, you know, you got this. It's not that hard. And there are a lot of tips online that you can look up, videos you can look up to show you how to do it. Or you can honestly just teach yourself. It's not that hard. Tip number 4, drink your water. Water is super important for weight loss. And that is because it's gonna flush out every little thing you consume during the day. And it's good for not just weight loss, but just your health in general. It can help your skin, you know, all the basic stuff. But that's better. I almost just choked and died on I don't even know what. But back to the point, water is really important. I suggest drinking it before your meals. Drink like at least 1 glass before each meal. It does wonders. Okay, you gotta try it. You gotta figure it out for yourself. But I have this problem where I will forget to drink my water. And then I instantly get thirsty at some point during the day. Chug like 5 bottles real quick and then will not stop going to the bathroom. But that's okay. I guess my point is set reminders if you are forgetful when it comes to drinking water. It is really important. It keeps you hydrated, so when it is time for you to go to the gym, you don't feel like you're dying. You do need it, and I really do think it's important to at least get a gallon in a day. If you don't know how much you should be getting in, you can go online, put in your weight, your height, like all that information, and it will figure it out for you. Last but not least, get your exercise in. As the saying goes, abs are made in the kitchen, but working out is just as important as eating healthy. If you are having a super unhealthy diet and you're working out all the time and you're like, why am I not losing weight? I'm working out, I'm burning calories, but I'm still gaining. It's because you need to eat healthy in order for your workouts to pay off for you. You could work out as hard as you possibly could. You could work out for endless amounts of hours, but you're eating this really crappy diet, you are not going to get the results that you're expecting. Also, if you are somebody who is just starting out and you feel a little lost, you know you definitely have excess weight that you want to go quicker, I suggest doing cardio. I'm not saying, you know, do 2 hours of cardio, 3 hours, even an hour. I'm just saying go for like a half hour, ride a bike for 30 minutes, walk on an incline on a treadmill for 30 minutes, walk outside. Do something like that while doing a well-balanced diet, because it will help shed the weight a little bit quicker, which is obviously what you are looking to do. And then I also suggest after that time, start incorporating weights. I'm not saying get into weightlifting and, you know, bodybuilding, but I'm saying, you know, get like 5-pound weights, start lifting a little bit, start out easy and work your way up. I promise you, if you are a female, you are not going to look like a man. You will not develop that type of body. That is ridiculous. And if you're a guy and you're just starting out, you will lose it. You got to wait to get huge. But your goal shouldn't be right off the bat to get to that spot. You need to start out slowly. You need a plan. You need to figure out what your first goal is for the first month of starting out, and then take it from there. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, please comment, like, and subscribe. Give me a follow on my Instagram page, and I will see you guys next time. Tip number 3 is all about portion control. So one of my biggest suggestions that I find very helpful, and I've given this suggestion to a few other people and it absolutely works for them, use smaller plates. When you use smaller plates and you put the food on it, it tricks your mind into thinking that there's more on there than there actually is. And we tend to, when we have bigger plates, to fill it all the way up and then just finish whatever's on there. Where there's nothing wrong with that, you know, like you enjoy food, you want to eat it, you're hungry, okay, cool. But when you eat all of it and then you're sitting there for a minute and you feel sick because you ate way past your limit, I don't know about you, but I tend to get really upset with myself. So I do eat off of smaller plates all the time. Almost every meal I use like the small ones that are like that big, and I'll fill it with food. And even though my mind knows it's not a lot, the plate is tricking me into thinking that it's a huge amount.
as you were for me. To worry about fruities and truths till I find out all of the shorties with cooties was cute and realize what booties could do.